as far as that. So the Joe Budden podcast and the Native Land podcast has been clashing over some things that the Native Land podcast had to say about the Joe Budden podcast over the episode where Flip and Mark Lamont Hill was about to get it on. Mark's like, come on outside, help that. But they about to get it in. So Native Land podcast came out last week, I think. Yeah. And they dropped the podcast and named it The Dumbing Down of Black America. And pretty much had a clip with Kari Sellers and Joe Budden, the pod, JBP on there, and used the clips or whatever from the episode with Flip and Mark Lamont Hill, and they went in about it, them having a problem with Flip being stupid and Mark shouldn't be arguing with him and this and that. So they said a lot of foul stuff. I don't want to go back into that because I think everybody knows that part. But Budden came back with a response, bam, about what he felt about how they felt about what they were saying about him and his show, which he had, I think, all right to feel the way he felt, and his response was warranted. Like I can't say that Joe was wrong, right? I can't make him wrong on his response. So they had a problem with his response, and there was clips and things going back and forth. And the Tiffany lady on the Native Land, she's real, spicy with what she's saying and how she's standing on what she feels. So they had a new episode that they dropped this past, the end of last week. And they had Charlamagne on there. And to my surprise, right, to my chagrin, let me stop. I was trying to say little slick stuff, but whatever. To my surprise, though, Charlamagne's take was something that was shocking, I would say, and also refreshing, because it brought my respect level back up a notch or two for Charlamagne for this. He actually agreed with Joe Budden, even though